St Paul's Hall in Ramsey. We've come along to meet the Queen. Well, nearly the Queen. This is Ella Slack, who has stood in for over 20 years for The Real Thing. And it was only recently, Ella, that your story broke. Because I've known you for a long time, and it was always kept a secret, really, that you were doing this. Why suddenly did it all come out?
Well, it was to do with the fact that I did a rehearsal for the River Pageant, which was happening in June, and they had a press conference for that, and one of the reporters asked about the rehearsals, and a lady said, oh, there's a girl at the BBC who does rehearsals for the Queen, and so they wanted to find out more about me, so they sent a photographer over, and I had my photographs taken and I was interviewed, and it was exclusively for 3 newspapers. And just as the photographer was leaving, he said, oh, do you have any pictures of you with royalty? So I looked out a few photographs and I said, oh, I happen to have some DVDs. And I played those for him, and he took shots from the individual rehearsals that I'd done. And when he took them back to the newspaper, their researchers found the equivalent pictures of the Queen on a carriage, on the throne at the state opening of Parliament, and walking across horse guards. And so that's how it got in the paper, and ended up on page 3, which was quite interesting, yeah.
And you brought them along here tonight. You're doing a talk, aren't you, about your life as the Queen's double?
Yes, well, it's more about what's happened this year, yeah. Because as somebody said to me, all the WIs in the Isle of Man have heard my talk over the years, so they all know what I used to do, but it really was not really very public knowledge. And there was a bit of a misunderstanding. People thought that I rehearsed everything that the Queen did. I mean, as you know, that would be impossible. What I have been doing is standing in for the BBC large events, because I worked there. And I don't do so many now, but I happen to do the River Pageant and Windsor. And the coincidence, again, was that the outfit that I had made, and it's the first time I've ever had a hat made and an outfit made, and it turned out to be the same colour as the Queen wore at Windsor, and very similar.
That's so spooky, isn't it? I mean,
it is, yeah.
Are you the same height?
I'm about 2 inches shorter, I think, than she is, yeah. But similar in build, and all the young girls who I've been working with on the River Pageant, they wanted to be the Queen. And I said, you can't be the Queen because you're too young, because the whole point about doing all these things is to walk a bit like she will walk and take the time. Because a lot of people that are around now are very tall, so they all walk very quickly. Well, the Queen can't walk quickly, and certainly the Duke. They have to have a bit more time to get in and out of cars and boats and carriages, and that's why we rehearse everything.
Now, you're sort of retired, so is this the end of your career for standing in?
Well, I hope it's not going to be the last. I'm going in November to do the Festival of Remembrance at the Albert Hall, which I always do, and I hope it won't be the last time. I hope that I will do it again, and I hope that I will actually meet the Queen one day, which I have never done. I've been near her, and I think when I was at Windsor, I was told that she was watching me rehearsing from behind the castle windows, but I've never met her yet. Yeah.
But you've met some of the royals?
Yes, I have. I met Prince Edward when they came over for the Island Games, and Princess Anne when she's been over here. And so I hope I will meet the Queen one day.
Well, you certainly look the part, and all the pictures we're watching here and seeing from your items in the newspapers definitely goes to say that it's uncanny, really. I mean, you just have that sort of poise that she has.
Well, I think I do. I was a dancer, so I do sort of walk fairly up straight. I think she does everything far better than me. But anyway, nice to talk to you.